Coming up on MovieBuff, it's high school hijinks with Hayden Panettiere in I Love You, Beth Cooper. The man who gave us Pulp Fiction, the legendary Quentin Tarantino unveils his latest epic, Inglourious Basterds. And prepare to get into the groove with comedy Dance Flick. The next series of Heroes is some time off, but the good news is you can get your Hayden Panettiere fix before it hits screens again, all thanks to her role in I Love You, Beth Cooper. It's all about a guy named Dennis who uses his school graduation speech to announce this.
I love you, Beth Cooper. I loved you, but I never told you because we never spoke.
Yep, talk about embarrassing. Miss Popularity takes pity on him though, and then treats him to the night of his life, with an angry ex-boyfriend in tow. Based on the book of the same name by former Simpsons writer Larry Doyle, it's made by Chris Columbus, who directed the first two Harry Potter films. Of course, Geek Gets the Girl comedies are far from new, but others have stars like Jason Biggs or Michael Cera, or nerds you kinda like. Paul Rust, who takes the lead here, just doesn't quite have the same appeal. There are a couple of good jokes.
I took some workshops at the Star Wars convention.
But that's about the extent of it, I'm afraid, which is probably why it's had a mauling from the critics. Ms. Panettiere is perhaps the movie's one to watch as the hell-raising high school hottie. Oh, did I mention she gets in the buff?
Don't be shy.
But if she was looking for a move away from her TV role as the heroic Claire Bennett, sadly, this just isn't it. In fact, it's this comedy which really needed saving.
Hello. We'd like to say we're a big fan of your work, killing Nazis.
After failing to gain the huge commercial success he's used to with Death Proof in 2007, Quentin Tarantino is back with his Western meets war movie, Inglorious Basterds.
An American Secret Service outfit that lives deep behind enemy lines. The Germans call them the Bastards.
The Bastards?
Yes.
It's the tale of a gang of Jewish American soldiers in occupied France on a mission to kill and scalp as many Nazis as possible. A story renegade director Tarantino had been working on for rather a long time.
Quentin, so good to meet you.
My pleasure.
An amazing film.
Oh, thank you.
You don't need me to tell you that though, do you?
You know what, it's still very fresh in my mind. I mean, I don't really have the distance that I normally have on a movie, so it's wonderful to hear.
I read you were working on this for like 10 years?
Yeah, more or less, yes. I mean, it's vaguely deceptive about that. But what happened was, back in, right after Jackie Brown, which is 1998, I came up with the idea, and it was just too big. I had the opposite of writer's block. I couldn't stop writing, basically. I decided to go back to it in 2008, and I realized it was the story that was the problem that made me not be able to finish it way back when.
While Brad Pitt's the big name attraction along with Diane Kruger, as well as a cameo from Mike Myers, it's unknown Austrian actor Christoph Waltz who really impresses in this film. He's already won the Actor Prize at the Cannes Film Festival for his comedic performance as the sinister Jew hunter, Colonel Hans Lander, but is rather modest at the mention of a certain top Hollywood awards ceremony.
And everyone's talking about Oscar buzz and you know, linking your name with an Academy Award.
Not everybody.
Yes,
I don't.
Okay. Everyone apart from you.
That's nice. I take it as a compliment, and if you allow me to, I wouldn't want to take it as any more than that.
What will surprise you most about this film is, while at times it's horribly graphic, it is incredibly humorous, as Diane Kruger admits only a Tarantino war film could be.
That's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say bingo.
First time I saw it, which was in Cannes, of all places. Well, first of all, I was surprised of how funny it actually was. You know, like I thought it was going to be a lot more serious. And then there were a couple moments where it was, I cannot believe he just did this. You know, I was blown away.
While Inglourious Basterds has failed to impress some critics, others have declared it Tarantino's best film yet. It's heavily subtitled, but don't let that put you off. After a while, you hardly notice them, and the German and French dialogue gives the film credibility. If you're fussy about your facts, you might not like Tarantino's comedy rewriting of history, but this is definitely a return to form for the legendary director. And while grisly in parts, the revenge fantasy is funny, the characters are clever, and it's shot in true Tarantino style.
They've given us the Scary Movie series, Little Man and White Girls. Now the latest offering from the Wayans family empire is Dance Flick, a spoof on the popular dance movie genre.
I'm Charity. I'm Megan.
The film follows the story of Megan White, a wannabe ballerina who moves to New York to get into a prestigious performing arts school. There she bumps into Thomas, an arrogant street dancer who dreams of being a doctor. First as partners on the dance floor, their friendship soon turns into a romance. What follows is a parody on movies such as Save the Last Dance, Hairspray and High School Musical, as well as the older films like Flashdance.
All right, let's warm up. There's been so much dance involved in like our culture lately that somebody needs to make fun of it.
For us, it has to be something that we see, that we feel that we can kind of exploit and make fun of with our sense of humor, with our brand of humor.
I think that people have forgotten to have fun in a movie. You go to a movie to be entertained and to have a good time and eat your popcorn and laugh and look to your left and see your friend laughing, and that's exactly what this movie does.
Acting, people, is action and reaction. Oh, yes!
The Wayans clan has given the spoof genre a new face and influenced many other directors to create similar movies. But the brothers have also taken it on themselves to hand down their trademark film style within the family. Dance Flick is Damien Dante Wayans' directing debut.
I felt that I was ready and I was passionate about the project, and I'm one of the writers on it as well as one of the producers on it, and this was like my little baby, so the guys was like, all right, it's time, and I landed into the director's seat.
While this movie represents the combined efforts of several generations of this funny family, it doesn't necessarily make it the funniest film ever made. Highbrow humour this ain't, offering at best a predictable series of flat and puerile jokes. But if you're into comparable flicks such as Date Movie and Meet the Spartans, you might just find something you like about this one.